Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker, the pusher, the grower, the motivator. Appreciate you guys for being here. 'Cause you could have been anywhere, but you're rocking with us. my mic is my mic sounds nice. Let's do this. Check this. Make sure we're good. Hopefully. All right. Mic is moving. All right. Again, appreciate you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you're rocking with us. So thank you. So today it's Freestyle Friday, guys. So it's a lot that we're going to talk about. So make sure you share. Sharing is caring. All right. So let's just spliggity splat. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for all that you do, my friend. So we'll be right back. Boom. What's up, y'all? Sorry about that. Uh, what's up, Jeff? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I got thrown through a loop this morning. I was had a guest coming on. He couldn't make it, and I thought I was ready to freestyle this, but I'm not. So we're gonna just chat. We're gonna talk. So this week, though, we talked about um, fear and confidence. What up, Richard? We talked about purpose. We talked about mental focus. We talked about positioning. Today, we get into kind of what I wanted to talk about today with our guest, but he's, like I said, shifting the schedule. Talk about networking. Um, he said the Cowboys might win. We'll see. We'll see. But today, talking about the power of networking um, and the importance of it. you know, and why we should connect and network with each other. It's important. It helps with a lot of things, and we talk about sharing, brotherhood, village, um, man. But it's important to be strategic in your connections and who you're connected to, and the level that you connect with people on. Um, a lot of times we kind of, hey, good morning, Deborah. We kind of, um, happy Friday. We kind of connect. We always have a reason to connect with somebody. It's especially as an adult, it's never really happened. I think even as kids, it's never really haphazardly. Think about the friends you built were based on either something they had or something they did. And what I mean, like, so, um, like, he's- Rich just said I might be collecting my pension by the time Cowboys win the Super Bowl. There's probably some folks that had, oh man, in this time. But that was a good one, Rich. Uh, as we connect for a reason. When you're young, like something they had or something they did, like either a game or something that they have in their possession, that you were able to connect on that level where, oh, video game or toy is something of that nature, or something that they did, so you played like sports and they're really good or decent, at least work well with to make it happen. And I think after we find our networking connection, I think it's the how deep, or how deep can a relationship really get? It's a gizmo. How deep can we get into a relationship where we are building more, more than just a networking opportunity, but a relationship that helps you become better, that helps you become more. Um, He's right. He said, I had a friend who had a remote control airplane, didn't like him, but loved this airplane. I don't, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Ooh, he said, am I wrong for hating networking? Ooh, I won't say wrong. I won't, because there's no right or wrong. But let me ask this, and um, unfortunately, Facebook user, whatever reason, it's like selective. It picks who's gonna. Because when I post, it says Facebook user too. So um, I'm gonna guess Reese, because he's been through here a lot. Yeah, look at that, bam! I was like half, just about on time, deep as possible. Um, is it a networking thing, or is even building friendships? Reese, do you hate building like new friends? Because I know you connected to Jeff, but like building new friendships, is it all of that, or is it just the networking part of it? Like, hey, I'm such and such, I work for, or I this is what I do, kind of thing. Um, Let me know. But yeah, it's so with the relationships, building deeper connections. And like Jeff was saying, he said, I love the plane, which is why I hung out with him. I didn't really like the person. I love the plane, didn't like the person. Um, I don't know if I had that. Maybe I blocked it because it seems so wrong. Um, for the most part, most of the people I connected to, because I couldn't fake that part. Like, you know, yeah, like I wouldn't, I couldn't, I don't think I could face it. I was just kidding. I mean, I get it. Listen, I'm sure there's some. I mean, and maybe like initially though, Jeff, like you connect, you like that person as much, but I like what they have. So hanging out with them is cool. Just watching them with the plane or whatever, and getting a chance, after seeing them a while, letting hopefully they trust me. Um, but I think it develops, and then you get to talking. Because some people just are different, because we have the he said, all right, Reese says, I always find that when networking with people, it only works when they have something to offer me. It sucks when I can't be reciprocal. Yes, Reese, I feel you on that one. I feel you. I feel you. I've been blessed to be around some great givers that have great resources. Sometimes it's rough because you feel like I have nothing to give back. Like I've been there. I told a story a while ago. Like actually, finally, I think my wife and I known him for like 4 or 5 years, and it was a great pleasure to finally to be able to do something for him. Like just he needed help with something, and it wasn't like huge, but man, just to be able to do it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm finally able to do something for him, because then you feel like you're like you're giving something back. But I understand what you're saying, Reese. Sometimes you feel like you're around either gifted people or people with stuff or do certain things, and you don't want to be that dude, the user. Like I feel like I'm always around people that can do so much. Jeff says it's interesting, but people's typically are just who they right. They're just who they are. They're just who they are, and everybody can gain something from you. You have something that other people want. Sometimes it's figuring out what that thing is, but there's always something someone can gain from you, and a lot of times you might be giving more than you realize. You might be offering more, you know, than you think. Because sometimes, like I'm not really giving. And then one a transparent moment. They talk about right. Listen, that's big right there. We discount that in ourselves. We do. A transparent moment. They mention, yeah, man, if it wasn't for such and such, I wouldn't be doing, or I wouldn't have, or wouldn't, because I've had those moments. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize, what, you know, what I was giving back to this relationship. Um, he said I could always find a way that can incorporate into what I do. What they need is always money, usually for an idea I can't support or it doesn't seem like a good investment. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You feel like that's the main thing people seek after or get, um, and that could be daunting. Sometimes it's like I can't see it, my brother. I just can't see it. I can't rent on spoons. Just not my thing. Um, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it could always just network. Rachel said, just network without expecting no return and be surprised. Mm. But it's always a give, right? There's always a get. Have you ever seen Martin? Rental spoons? Come on, Reese. Reese. I've not seen a picture, but you did identify as black. You don't know Martin Reynolds spoons. Come on, Reese. But then I don't know how old you are, so that may make a difference as well. Yes, yeah. Um, did I give you the wrong link? All right, maybe that's why I'm all alone today because I gave my peoples the wrong link. Let's see. It's I thought it. Oh, I didn't. In my head. Look at that. Hold on. Okay. In my head, I gave everybody the link. Oh, how old are you, Reese? If you mind sharing, I know that's personal for some. How old are you, Reese? Let's see. My bad. In my head, I thought I put it in there. I was like, oh yeah, I put it in there. Okay, that's my fault. Jeff, I can kind of give you a pass. Because oh, I don't think Martin is funny. 53. You don't like Martin? Well, listen. Just for clarity, Freestyle Friday, guys. This is where we go off into tangents. Martin's stand-up now is not as funny. I liked them back in the day. See, I didn't say it. You said it. I didn't say it. So hold on, let me get past on here so you can save me. So let me a little. All right, you guys let me know if there's an echo. I'm having my headphones. I don't know what happened, but it's all good. So we're talking about Martin and Reese, who's black, said he's never seen an episode of Martin. He said, I don't think he's funny.
Oh, Martin Lawrence. Okay.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence. Okay, the headphones. Let's see. Yeah, so I was
Corny
saying,
humor.
like I said, his stand up now isn't as good as it used to be. But I thought he was much funnier back in the day.
Well, comedy has evolved.
Right.
So he was hilarious doing stand up back in the day.
Right.
Because back in the day, it was really about Jonan on everybody else. He interacted with the audience, and that stuff was funny. Def Comedy Jam was hilarious back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Martin Lawrence. Yeah. It's Martin the show. Martin the sitcom is what we're referring to with him as the star, of course. His show.
Him and Tommy Ford. Yeah.
Yeah. You do get half. You like Martin. You get half. So yeah.
Too much has happened. We've seen too much of Martin. That's all. You can have an overconsumption.
Too much exposure.
Yeah, because we got too much of Martin. We got too much of Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get when we saw them everywhere. Because Martin came on every day, and the comedy was exactly the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that I can get how that got played out. I understand. And comedy has truly evolved. So you can't look at Martin today and think that he's going to compete with today's comics. It's just not going to happen.
She said saturation.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I'll find a way, but
movie comedy works for him.
Yeah, stand up. Like, yeah, you know how there's like there's good and there's great. Hey Sam,
morning Sam.
YouTube space. Hey Sam. There's like there's good and then there's like great. Cause like a goat, right? What we call a goat, like a greatest of all time, right? Goats can they transcend time,
right.
Like it's funny. I was watching a quick I don't know, YouTube short, and it was Deion Sanders. I guess he had his team out there, and whatchamacallit, it's like, I don't think you can do it. And one of his young guys was like, I can do it. So he stood on the line, and then Terrell Owens popped up. Now, for context, I'm not a sports person, so I know the big players. I was like, that's Terrell Owens. So he stood on the line. Of course, he shook him. Terrell Owens probably ain't played in a minute. Like it's I think even in comedy, like the Richard Pryors, they kind of transcend time. Like they can now. I don't even know how I look at it. You said Uncomfortable Comedy has an expiration date. I don't know. I'm a challenge that a little bit. I think.
Listen, George Carlin is still funny today.
Right. Right. I think there's a naturalness
his comedy
to it as
is
well.
Always relevant. It's always current events.
Yeah, see, but because you're in the GOAT category. Like you're up there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's like it's who you are. Comedy starts off as what I do, and I think the way certain people grow up, it becomes who you are. You just any situation, I kill any room. Like you put me up in front of a pulpit at a funeral, I will slay the room. Like I will slay the room. Like Eddie Murphy. I'm just people that could just. I feel like not that that they can't have a bomb. They can't bomb, but they just have such a naturalness that they can feel the room and they know it's working. They know it's working and they know it's not working. You know,
Yeah.
It's a joke funny every time you hear it. Some I've laughed at stuff that I've seen hundreds of times. He said Pastor Brian dad joke. Not yet, not yet, not yet, Richard, not yet. Yeah, there's who said it? Was it Cat Williams? He said, your stand-up specials are classic when people remember your jokes. You know, when they repeat them and they remember them. You know,
that's tough because because a lot of comics tell stories.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to remember. You just know they were very
like, okay, so like let me throw this one out there. And I don't like him giving the GOAT status of stand-up because he slipped a little bit, but he's a GOAT in other spaces. Like Kevin Hart, his infamous going to school with Miss Green, where his mama told him, "This is what I want to tell your teacher." Everybody knows this joke. Like,
yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you hear it. That's hilarious.
To tell you to mind,
But because it was so relevant, we know that like you've seen that in real life.
Right.
And you can place yourself in that moment, and it's hilarious every time.
Right. See, but I'm saying, he said losing weight after time, hence sticks. No, but I think it still carries, something. Like I think I've watched that stand up several times. And talking about when he was with his girlfriend, he almost smacked her because there was a gnat. Like he went crazy over, him and his antics. Just I don't know. So I don't know. Like when it comes to comedy, yeah, I think you can kill a room who you are. It becomes who you are. Yeah. So, and I mean, and granted, some people aren't as funny as they used to be. Like I remember watching when Steve Harvey was like going into retirement, basically from stand up, like his last stand up, it wasn't as good.
That's because Steve Harvey ended up getting mad about something and it messed him up. Right.
Really?
Sometimes you don't come back from certain things.
Yeah.
I think that episode when Donald Trump was running for president and Steve Harvey went to the meeting, I don't think he ever really recovered from that in terms of comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the end of his stand-up. Right.
Yeah. Well, he was done by the time he got to that. He had already did his last official special.
Yeah.
But yeah, he told the story.
Like, and then the Miss America thing.
Oh yeah.
Reading the wrong name. There were a couple of snaps.
They invited him back. I think they.
Right, but I'm just saying, but it changes certain things.
Yeah.
And just like Martin, when Martin had that episode, things changed.
Yeah.
You wandering around the streets.
He said, what did Ed Lover? He said he called it on that powdered milk, the powdered milk.
Yeah, I think certain things in life, they happen and it shifts you to a different.
I got you. You're right. Because you're right with Martin, that might have been his. You're right.
Yeah.
His moment, and that was like way back. Yeah. What? That's random, Richard. But I'm gonna read it. It said, "You ever gone in supermarkets doing food free samples? Tried 7 meals."
I've gone in the supermarket and intentionally separated myself from my family and started shouting their names like I'm lost. I've done that on several occasions, and they try to act like they don't know me. Yeah.
What's up, Keita? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right. There you go. Random Thoughts by Richard. Right. There you go. It's all good, Jeff. Listen. It's Freestyle Friday. You allowed it. Oh, he said Steve hardly funny.
Yeah, I mean, Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
He was number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get. I mean, he added to it though. He did add. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't. I don't think
he did, but I'm just saying. But he was number 4. Boogie and the jacket. The Boogie and the jacket went too far.
Oh yeah. They should have cut that out. That was it.
Yeah.
They cut that out. I remember that. Yeah, you're right about that. They should have took that out. Oh,
No, DL. No, I'm saying DL.
Really?
Again, it's context because DL was Def Comedy Jam, Saturation,
Right.
Saturation, and his
Right.
and
We seen him
I
all.
get what
You're
you're
right.
saying. Right,
We
he
seen
was
him all over the
funny,
place.
but
Yeah.
you've heard it before.
Yeah. Cool. So who's number one?
Joseph,
Oh, so yeah,
Kelvin Joseph.
So I think definitely like out of the Kings album, Bernie Mac killed it. You know, I think he was the best. In Kings, he was the over. I don't know.
You think it was worse than Steve Harvey?
It's up for debate. I think they were, you know, I will say, like we talk about remembering, like I don't even really remember what DL said. I know I remember Cedric's. I remember Bernie Mac's. You know, of course, his closing was probably the best. But yeah,
I think Steve Harvey gets kudos because he hosted.
Yeah, he was the host. He was the host.
Yeah.
You know,
that may have garnered him more cool points.
Right.
But I thought out of the four of them, it was Bernie, Ced, DL, and Steve.
Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, interesting times. So
yeah,
Pastor, what's on your brain this fine Friday morning that you got?
Wow, I am on a countdown for my grandsons to get here.
All right.
I have
days or hours.
Hours. Yeah,
anxiety.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in my mind, is my house grandson proof today?
Wait, okay, so now how old are they now?
13 and 10.
Okay, I mean it's a little better.
Yeah, not for my 10-year-old.
Oh, he still got that energy. 10. Oh. No, when did he did that last year or something?
No, I'm saying that he's capable of this any day of the week. I told you this is every time we have this conversation, I'm going to show this knob. Okay.
Poor grandchild. He ain't gonna never get away from that. He's gonna be like
what he's capable of.
You're gonna pull that thing out like, remember this?
Yeah.
Or when you're at the great grand, his child does something like, oh, I need to show you something. Remember,
just like your daddy.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember this? Yeah. This is what you were capable of.
And then for the dog, because when he gets here, Cooper is on 10.
Right. Oh, no doubt.
The whole time.
No doubt. Has anybody tried to get on his back?
No, because he's a tank, man. He's a lineman.
Oh yeah, you're right. You just said,
right,
yeah.
Or a running back.
Right.
Whatever he hits, he breaks. I mean, that's just. Here's your house proof.
He said, "Yes, not your house proof." He said, "Put them in the tent outside." Hey, look, we're camping.
Yeah. What's funny is that works for my 10-year-old. My 13-year-old, nah. Right. He probably has his nails done.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Wow. He's a pretty boy. He's not trying to sleep outside with anybody. Okay. I'm trying to get him there. I'm really trying to. But my 10-year-old grandson is absolutely an outdoorsman.
Okay. You said the 10-year-old is, but the older one isn't. I got you.
No, he's a basketball / model.
Wow.
Right. One time he actually had the barber put a part in his eyebrow.
Okay.
I told him I'm questioning his manhood.
What you call did that? Oh, didn't Big Daddy Kane do that? with the
I didn't like it when he did it.
Huh?
Men putting parts in their eyebrows is a problem. Men doing anything with their eyebrows is a problem.
Like I can't pluck my joints. Like,
hey, you can pluck the ones out for in between your eyes, if you don't look like Chaka. Yeah. You can do that, but other than that, nah. Don't mess with your eyebrows, man.
He says he's like me. My idea of roughing it is a hotel without Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's woo.
That's hilarious.
That's bad. That's bad. Yeah, he's one of those that carries his game controller
right
wherever he goes. If he's spending the night, he brings his game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
100%.
Yes, it did work, Jeff.
Okay.
He was mad at me for about a month for talking about him,
Wow.
but he has not done anything with his eyebrows since. He has wanted to, but he won't do it if he
won't
knows
do it in
he's
front of
gonna
you,
see-
right?
No, he's not gonna do it.
Made the poor boy self-conscious.
Yeah,
Right.
My daughter was upset at me.
He said 3
But I
cuts.
told her, I
in
said,
your
you'll thank me
eyebrows.
later.
Oh man, that is funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
3 cuts in your eyebrow trying to wild out. I can't do that.
Okay. He said, my father-in-law tried shaming me when I was 18 and I had long hair. He said it didn't work with me.
But you're talking about 70s,
Yeah.
probably 80s. So I don't know how old you are, Jeff.
He about 84.
But a lot of guys were wearing long hair back then. I'm
Right.
saying, but guys that do things with their eyebrows,
Right.
there are 2 types of guys that do that.
Not the eyebrow, just the cut. I'm gonna find the picture.
Yeah, I'm like, just don't do stuff to make people question.
He's so old. Oh man, yes. Flash comment. Wow. All right. What about? He said, "What about a part in the hair?"
No problem.
Okay.
No problem. You can put a part in your hair. I just don't do the maze. Don't put a maze in your hair. Don't.
It's not a thing anymore, right? I don't think I've seen
carve a pattern in your hair.
Remember that? That was the joint. Like, can you put like a face on the back of your head?
Yeah, don't do the face. Don't. Nah. That's just too much. And I guess I'm too conservative for that kind of stuff.
Right. He said Herman Edward still does it.
I can't get with the designs in men's hair. You putting that much time in your hair. Okay, I'm talking too much. I'm
gonna have to mute you there for a second, sir. I'm gonna have to mute you. Let's see. Oh, former NFL coach. Okay, thank you for my clarification.
Herman Edwards does what? Put a part in his hair. Yeah,
he should pass his ex-military. Right.
Yeah, we couldn't do that stuff.
Right.
You show up to formation with zigzags and stuff in your hair. It's going to be a long day. Now they're doing designs in beards.
Wow. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I almost got in a fight once. Yeah, I told the guy, man, that looks ridiculous. Wow. Like if you do it, be open for commentary.
I ain't asked your opinion. I ain't asked you to comment on my beard.
Put that in my face.
He said, "Laps till Jesus comes home." He said, "Dude got Google Maps on his head."
Seriously, wow. I don't want to. I'm not trying to find my way home through your scalp, man. I'm sorry.
Horrible. All right. So let's see. We've had a great week. I'm at a loss today. Today has just been. So listen, make sure you go to brotherlegacy.com. Sign up if you have school-age children. Be sure to sign up for the
Thank you, Lisa.
literacy course. Please, please don't mess.
Thank you, Lisa.
I'm coming on. I'm gonna have AD and then BOL written in. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you'll do the commercial and then you'll shave it off.
Right. And then I'm gonna have the LWN to 84576 on the back of the head.
Yeah. And they'll be like, "Where's Pass? Oh, he called in sick today."
Right, he ain't gonna make it this week. He's not gonna make it this week.
Boycott until you shave.
Oh man. He said, dude. Change, right? Have them change the networks, right? 80, that would be the worst. Worse than the dad joke. Oh man.
Wait. I just got that. What do you mean worse than the dad joke?
Worser. That's worser. So make sure you go to brotherlegacy.com, sign your school-age child up for the financial literacy course. It's slowly people are actually signing up, and it's funny. Like I'm getting a lot of folks. I posted I think like everywhere. So it's cool though. So we're growing. He slid right. He slid that in. Right in. All right. Oh. So make sure you stay connected. If you're not connected to us, text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. There we go. Reese on the radio.
There he is.
Yes, indeed. So while you're there, Reese, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So wait, oh Lord. All right, and hold on, and hit the like, because he's gonna start. You might want to hit that one. Don't hit that one. Hit this one. Hit that like. Everybody in the YouTube space, make sure you do that for me. All right.
I'm frustrated that my teams, the Lakers are losing. Lakers can't shoot. They cannot shoot. We have lost the first 2 games. I'm thinking that we're going to lose probably our first 6 games because of the schedule. I'm concerned about my Cowboys and I'm concerned about my Lakers. That's where I am. That's where I am.
Love it, Joe. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the love.
Well, we're glad to have you, Doc.
Yes,
truly.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. All right.
In terms of current events, please remember to get out and vote.
Yes, vote.
That never gets old.
Vote.
Your voice needs to be heard, and we're living in the day and age where there's such a division. Right. The only thing that should matter is character,
right?
Legitimacy when it comes to who you're putting in office, because obviously there are enough games going on that you have, and it's so much work to try and dig through the muck and the mire, right? So make sure you pay attention to the policy. Right. Follow policy. Yeah. Vote according to policy, not according to personality. That's real.
What are we voting for? Why won't anyone?
Well, we're talking about the midterms.
Are you saying from our perspective, or are you saying from our perspective, or are you saying from their perspective, but politicians? Because I feel like outside of just candidates, there are policies, there are certain agendas, there are certain propositions that show up on the ballot plenty of times that we need to vote on. So
and you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
To those
so that's my biggest
going on
thing
in your area. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Take time to read it before you go vote.
Right.
Understand.
You can look up the sample ballots in your area and know what's coming up. Well, this might create a stir. Listen, we try to not dig all the way into politics and things, because everyone has an opinion. Everybody has a thought. I know. I figured that. He seemed like a digger inner. I know. Are we voting as a man? That would be nice.
We can dig in now.
Are we voting as a collective? That would be cool. That would be a cool, because then if you vote in blocks, I feel like you have more power. Voting as a group. Voting as a core. Like sometimes, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, you have to vote under an organization. Like unions vote under an organization. They say, hey, we want all of our 100,000 votes. This is what we want. This is what we need. So I think I do believe in voting as a collective. It's just organizing the vote.
We've done it before, living in California. What we did was, and I hate to say this as past tense, but the issue is it's difficult. Since I moved to Georgia, it's difficult to get people together to even converse about it.
Right.
Which is interesting. But what we did is we would go through all the policies and we would create a handbook,
right,
a cheat sheet, and we would educate. We'd bring the churches together and we would bring the community together, and we would educate people on policy. And then they would get a list of how to cast their vote when they went to vote. We used to do that all the time.
Right. Yes.
But it seems like it's gone away.
I love your question. He said, okay, then who sets our assumably Black people's agenda?
See, for me, I don't look at it as a Black agenda.
Okay.
Right. For me, it's a policy agenda.
Right.
I'm really looking at it from the perspective of how does it impact me? Now, obviously, I have to remember that I'm a Black man, and there are certain policies. If you don't understand them, you'll miss the color coding.
Yeah.
Right. But I work really hard to think about the policy and how it impacts my community, how it impacts the world that we're shaping for the next generation. Because I've learned that most of us think every 2 years or every 4 years.
Right. Right.
Politicians are thinking 20 years.
Right.
Right. They're putting things on the ballot today that aren't going to have an impact for 10 years. And we don't see that stuff coming.
Right.
That's what we have to do. That's how we have to educate ourselves.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Reese, we're all about, drilling down to it. Hey Jeff, I'm not the turd. You turd. I'm floating a little close. I'm not all the way in. Because these, real talk, sometimes these conversations, they tend to get like real sensitive. Yeah. I'm more and that's why I get into it, because I'm more of a logical perspective as opposed to an emotional invested. Let's have the logical talk about it.
Right.
Because even if you if I mention something and you talk we're talking about something, you talk about money, can we afford it? What does it look like? And I'm like, okay, well, we have this budget, we got this. How does this? And then I made you know what? Okay, maybe we can't afford to do it that way. Maybe we can afford to do it this way. And I get the fact that, yes, policy affects my life personally. I don't know. You got to kind of step back and think holistically of, can you all afford to get this thing? So I
that's
think
real. I mean, you think about it. If I have $150,000 in the bank and all my bills are paid, and all your bills are not paid,
right,
and you have $1,700 in the bank,
right.
We're going to perceive budget in two different ways.
Two different aspects. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so when it comes to policy, I have to remember that I may not think like you may not think like me, and it could be based on your disposition. I also have to think about the fact that, while I may have $1,700 today, I need to make sure that I'm working towards that 150,000. And when I get there, let's hope that my decision with 1,700 didn't negatively impact my life at 150,000.
Right. 100%.
You have to look at it from both sides.
Yeah.
You can vote angry today and then be in a good mood tomorrow and regret the decision you made the day before.
Right.
So you have to think from outside of the box.
Yeah.
Right. To effectively manage what's in it. And that's real talk.
Right.
I'm a conservative, Reese says, and I believe in conservative values. I don't think there is a policy that could possibly only help one race. That goes against equal under the law. Right. I don't believe in race policy, except that equality is critical.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm a Black man every day.
Yeah.
But not everybody I know is Black. I want to make sure that the policies that I think about don't negatively impact someone else.
Access is equal.
Positively impacting me.
Access is equal, and I think that's the main thing. Long as laws are representative of of, the weight of the crime. Cocaine is a derivative. Crack is a derivative of cocaine. Why would you get more time on crack than you would for cocaine? Those kind of policies,
Because according to the system, cocaine is a white man's drug and crack is a black man's drug.
So it's a small thing. So we're definitely gonna get into that. All right, Pastor. It's 10 before 10. You got if you want to bust us with a couple. See, pressure.
Did you hear about the kidnapping at school?
I know this one. No, yeah.
He woke up. My boss told me to have a nice day, so I went home. Why did the man fall down the well?
May lose reason
because he didn't see that well. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I can't think of it anymore.
That's it.
I got to repeat. Someone answer this? When does a joke become a dad joke?
When the dad tells it.
When it becomes apparent.
I knew that one.
Yeah, but you had to love that.
Listen, text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Stay connected. Never miss a broadcast. Listen, we appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us all week long. And thank you guys for joining. Oh, look. Oh, it's Cooper. What do you want
to say hi?
Listen, look. If we didn't do that. If you guys have been following any, you need to go back. Let's see. So about 2 years. that dog was like in the hands. Like he was a palm dog. He was like this, just like this, like just like I need to go. I'm gonna pass. We just need to pull out some pictures. I'm gonna find some pictures of what Cooper used to look like. Yeah, and we can. For perspective, because that dog became a horse. So,
I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
Let's see. Wife one where he has to always be right. Let's see. Love you too, Mama Corey.
Love you, Mom.
Let's see. All right, so we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for being part all week long. Oh man, listen. And Lisa knows who this is. The pastor probably knows. I got this gentleman coming on Monday. The gentleman's name is Thomas Cotton. And
you don't want to miss this.
Yeah, this dude's story. I thought he has an organization that deals with like prison reform, and so when I called him, I thought I was just going to talk about kind of how he got into it, and when he gave me the layers of his life, I tell folks I've seen like every guy I'm meeting, like the things they've been through. It's like crazy. It's crazy. So he has, he had, man, and he told me Lisa's pushing him. Thomas is also a redemption and advancement. He's Lisa's been pushing him to write his book. He has a story. Yeah. So definitely look forward to having him on. You guys make sure you stay chimed in. Text LW into 84576. He's gonna have to do a couple of parts, a couple of weeks, because his story gets deep. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week, same time, same channel. Continue to be blessed. Continue to make good choices. Stay connected. Make sure you're sharing this out. Go to www.brotherslegacy.com. You can sign up, be a partner, stay connected with us. And we're going to get more into the partnership part of it and what that means. as well as if you have school-age children, connect them to the financial literacy course. And I think that's it. That's it. That's all. And like I said, if you meet some folks that got school-age kids, like, hey, everybody wants their child to be on top of the financial literacy scope. So make sure you share the website to them. Share the website. Reese, appreciate meeting you, my brother. Good to know you. We're gonna definitely stay connected.
And I tip my hat to all organ donors because it takes guts.
Know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. 988. If you're having a mental health crisis, you or someone you love, make sure you dial 988. Also, if you're in the state of Georgia, please drive safe. Drive safe. Drive safe. Accidents, Georgia, Chicago, New York. I'm sure California's out of control too. So drive safe. Take time. Leave early. You don't need to be in a rush. You don't need to be in a rush. All right. So we'll see you on Monday. Take care, guys. Wait, hold on. Wait, there we go. And peace.